Fid like YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Dead Man's Chest. So, apologies, it's been so long since the last video, but with summertime and family stuff, etc, I just didn't have time to make a video. However, this is the good. The tank was full bloom, everything growing, everything happy, no problems. Life was great in the reef. In the refugium, same thing. Life was great, everything was flourishing, amphipods were having their party on, and the caliper was growing like mad. You'll notice a lot of little bubbles. It's not diatoms, it's called perling, and you get this when there's so much oxygen in your water, the caliper can't really process it, so you get all these little oxygen bubbles all over it. But it's totally harmless, it's nothing to worry about. So you can see all the amphipods here. And I was ripping out clumps of this every week, shaking it all off. Any amphipods that were coming out, I was sticking them up in the main display to feed the fish and the corals, etc. And this was working fine. No issues. Everything was just ticking over. Maintenance, water parameters, everything was spot on where it should be. But here's the bleaching.
There's no stopping what can be
So,
stopped.
what's happened? Well, I went to work, totally forgot to stick a fan on, and we had a heat wave in Scotland that lasted a couple of weeks, and my tank went up to 40 degrees. So this ice blue acro is totally bleaching, totally dying all over. Now this hasn't happened overnight. This is about 3 weeks since the heat wave. And it's only one day that my tank went up to 40 degrees, and this is what's happened. You don't see the effects of that until a few weeks after, and yeah, it's pretty bad. So what I've done is, the tips, there is a couple of tips that are healthy, so I've snipped them off, stuck them on a wee rock here. So here's one piece, and this hasn't got any bleaching on it, so I'm hoping that these two pieces here are going to survive and grow out, and at least then I'm still going to be able to continue having this colony. And here's a piece of the WWC blue acro. I've clipped that off, but that was more for coral warfare than anything else. Same with that green Monty, it was kind of growing too close to other corals. But you can see some heat damage on it as well. The deep water acro is totally dead. Had to get rid of that. All the fish are fine, no problems at all. I did lose quite a lot of snails when the heat went to 40. A lot of snails just kind of, I suppose they got cooked, I suppose. So they'll be needing topped up. This Monty Cap is growing so fast and so well that the corals underneath were starting to suffer, so I had to sell my trumpet coral and my war coral, so they went to a good home. So happy with that. And also the funny thing is that the Monties, Slimer, a lot of the hardier SPS weren't even bothered by the heat. It's just the sensitive acros that have kind of suffered. LPS is fine, softies are fine, everything else is fine. I just rushed into work one day and totally forgot to stick the fan on. I should have had the fan on a timer when it was that scorching weather, but I didn't bother with a chiller because Scotland, our summer lasts 2 weeks pretty much, and then that's pretty much it. A fan keeps the temperature where it should be. Just a stupid idiot here forgot to switch it on. So next year I'll be sticking it on a timer. So the sump now, here's the refugium. The weirdest thing was the caliper just totally disintegrated, it all melted. So as soon as I noticed it was starting to melt, I ripped it all out before it had a chance to dump all that nutrients back into my system and potentially crash the system. So it's all gone, and I just keep this light off. I've only put it on just for filming purposes, but yeah, I just keep the deep sand bed and I keep it in the dark. That rubble, all the amphipods, they're just doing their thing, and I stick some pellet food in there just to feed them up, which then in turn helps feed the display tank. But things are starting to improve. Everything's back to being stable with the temperature. There's no issues with the water chemistry. All the fish are doing fantastic. And hopefully things will start to turn around. But yep, that's it for this episode. So till the next one, bye bye.